Welcome back to another episode of Bagged Milk. I'm your host, Brian Bridges, and this is a safe place for everybody to enjoy stuff and things. Things and stuff. No, this isn't a safe space. This is not. There's certain people that are excluded. Perverts? No, perverts are fine. That's fine. You can stay, take a seat. You belong here. Pedophiles, for sure. You can leave anytime. Yeah, actually, if you were here, you're not leaving. Not the way you came in. Isn't it fucked? It seems like there's way more pedophiles than there ever used to be. Like, maybe the conversation is just getting bigger. Hopefully that's all it is. But holy fuck, man. I never heard about this many pedophiles when I was growing up. Should I have? Should I have been more worried? Now if there was this many pedophiles in the world, that we have today, I'm a little pissed off. A little upset that back in my day, if there was that many pedophiles as there is today, why didn't I get touched so much? Like, what the fuck? Was I not attractive? Did I not give off the right vibe? Like a come touch me vibe? What is it that fucking pedos get off on? How come I didn't get touched? I thought I was a good looking kid. I did songs and dances. I used to get on the counters. I used to do a Skippy peanut butter dance for my grandmother when she would make me my peanut butter sandwiches. I'd get up on the counter and I'd do my Skippy peanut butter dance. Skippy peanut butter goes on my favorite bread. And that's why Skippy eats it before he goes to bed. Yeah. That's because my nickname growing up, well, it still is. My family nickname is Skip. Don't ask why. Makes no sense. Just the way it is. How do you get Skip from Brian? Well, think about it. Pretty simple, right? That easy. And that's how it went. And I've been Skip my entire life through my family, and so I'd sing the Skippy peanut butter bread song to my grandmother. I was cute as fuck. Barely any pedos touched me. Barely any. And it's more of a pandemic than COVID is these days. It seems. It could be. I fucking hope not. But it could be just one of these other things that the media wants to blow the fuck up just because it sells wicked fucking stories, man. I don't know. I hope not, because holy fuck. Easy there, bud. Someone just revving by. This fucking garage, I swear, it's way less noise resistant than my other ones. And oh my god, what did I just wake up? Not that long ago. It's oh my god. Fucking settle down, Brian. You're slurring all your words. You haven't even had a drink of whiskey. This is just tea. Easy there. It's too early. Never fucking. I can't believe I wasn't molested a lot. I've never kidnapped once. Fucking Amber Alerts make you thinking it's gonna happen to all the kids. That's why you have to have it, is because it's gonna happen to every kid. It's bound to happen. It's scary out there, man. Never heard about this, Mitch. Oh my moo. Oh my moo. Fuck. Can't speak today. Oh my moo. Don't even know. There wasn't that problem. We had different problems. What did I have to worry about when I was a kid? Like, I don't remember ever having to worry about anything. Don't get hit by cars. Man, we would stay out for days. Like, you imagine? Like, nowadays? Okay, look. I gave my kids a cell phone. And I was a father that said, not would said, I fucking said, I will never get these kids a fucking cell phone. Ever. Not in this house. Not while I'm paying for it. Nope. They have fucking cell phones. All of them. All the fucking kids. Even the little 6-year-old, she's got a fucking cell phone. It's not hooked up to a data plan, but she uses it. The other two absolutely have cell phones, and I won't take them away. Now, I would like to dumb them down. That's for sure. They don't need smartphones. I am total agreeance with that. But I like being able to track my children. That's one of the main reasons I like cell phones, is I like being able to track these little motherfuckers. Because I couldn't imagine allowing them. I don't know. That's fucked up, right? Like, I had so much freedom. And I was fine. I was fine. I was never in that much danger. I was probably in danger, but I put myself in that danger. But I never was in danger from like an outside source that was unforeseen and that I couldn't have handled as a kid. There was no like a van pulled up and fucking grab you off your bike and pull you in. None of that stuff. I'm here. It's proof. I'm here. Maybe I was kidnapped early and my parents are really my abductors, but we don't know. I'm here. I'm fine. It's okay. And my kids, I can't imagine giving them that freedom and just be like, go ahead, wherever you want to go. I can't imagine coming home and my kids are not here and I don't know where they're at. And I might not know for hours or a day or two. You imagine? You couldn't. That doesn't exist, but that's exactly how it was. I don't know about you, but that's exactly how it was for me. I would sometimes not go home from school. Sometimes I'd call my mom. Sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes she's working. Why would I call her? So she might come home at night thinking her kids are going to be there, and one of them isn't. And what is she going to do? Call me on my cell phone? There's no such thing. Not for poor people. Not for poor people like me. Like, there were cell phones. Like, come on. I don't know. Cell phones came out in the 80s. I'm not super old. Younger every fucking day. But the cell phones in the 90s were expensive. I did eventually get a cell phone in the late 90s that my parents did pay for, and they regretted instantly. Because I racked that bill up to hundreds of dollars within the first month. Because I'm an idiot of a kid and shouldn't be given a cell phone. Not on the plans they used to have. Free after 6. Unlimited calling after 6. 200 minutes during the day, maybe. Who the fuck? And there was no texting back then. Everyone called. It was just calling. That was the whole point of a phone, is you could call everyone. Now, slit a guy's throat if he fucking calls me. What are you doing? Text me, fuck. It's like you just walked in on me in the bathroom. I'm taking a shit in here. You don't know what I'm doing? Don't call me. You don't know what I'm doing. Just text me. And then I'll answer it at my convenience. It's like a letter. You leave outside the bathroom door, I finish my shit, I come out and I go, oh, look, someone fucking texted me. Someone sent me a letter. I'll respond accordingly in my time. I'll send them a return letter. Hopefully they're not shitting as well. Fucking people. Cell phones, man. Kids, I couldn't imagine my kids being as free as I did, man. I couldn't imagine. They're 14. One's 14. Is he 14 yet? He's 14 in like a day. Yeah, I think he's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Nicholas. Happy birthday to you. Everyone comment, happy birthday, Nicholas. Wherever you're listening, he'll love that. But he'll be 14. And 14? Okay, at 14, I could have been worse. I know some of you are out there. You were doing probably worse things than I was. I was a little late bloomer, but I was also doing worse things than you were. You might have smoked drugs earlier than I did. Started late, 18. You might have drank earlier than I did. Drank once at 16, didn't drink again till 18. But at 14, I was having sex on a regular basis. So, I'll trade all the drugs and all the liquor for all the sex. That's for damn sure. I was also probably a little crook. I'd take stuff from stores all the time at that young age. I wasn't a great kid, okay? Let's get past that. Let's get past that. It's in behind. Let's get behind that. It's in the past. No, we don't want to get behind it. We want to get over it. Past it. Beyond it. Beyond it. But I was a fucked up kid. I'd steal all the time. I've never steal from a person. Always from stores, though. They'll steal stores. I was poor. It started with food. Literally. When I found out you could steal food and almost get away with it, then it just upgraded from there. Yeah. That's all that's fault. I used to hear you could steal bread. You could steal bread to feed your family, but you couldn't steal peanut butter. I was like, well, this sub costs the same amount of that fucking bread, so ipso facto, fuck off. I stole the sub. Anyway, doing bad things at 14. I couldn't imagine if I just allowed him to roam the fucking streets. All ne'er-do-well, all over the place, willy-nilly, without no cell phone. Man, I don't even think these fucking kids would. Man, I have a real hard time kicking the fuck out of the house now, let alone, Yeah, I don't think I have any worries. These kids ain't going anywhere. That's the problem. I give them cell phones, and now they don't go anywhere. It's like, well, whatever. Retract. I couldn't imagine. No. As a kid, your house is your base, for sure. That's like the BOO. The base of operations. The BOO. The boo. It's the boo. The base of operations. Yeah, nailed it. But I didn't have to be there all the time. That's where it's like a bank. You just store your shit there. That's where you keep your favorite shit. But you don't live at the bank. You go out, you do shit. And I think we've made our houses banks now. Everyone wants to put all their shit in it, favorite shit, and never leave it. It's not just a bank, it's a fucking museum now that they don't want to leave. It's their favorite museum in the world. And it's like, well, that sucks because there's a lot of nice things outside the museum. Lots. And I'm a victim. I get it myself. I get stuck in this fucking, I like being at home all the time. I love it. I love it. This is my favorite shit. I just said it. I said all my favorite shit. I've put time, not as much time in the studio. Fuck, I'm pissed off about this studio not being up to spec. But you put a time into the house. You set it up the way you like it. Why wouldn't I spend fucking time here? It's because there's other people in the world. 7 billion of us, to be exact. Almost 8 billion now. I'm fucking sure. When are we going to hit 8 billion, you think? I'd say less than 5. Less than 5 years, we'll hit 8 billion people. When will we hit 8 billion pop? Here we go. What do you think? 5 years. According to the current projection, the global population will reach 8 billion by 2024. Fuck, less. 4 years. 4 years. Oh my God. But then they're saying by 2050, we could go up to 10.6 billion. Jesus fuck. We're like growing so fast, man. It's insane. Way too big. Way too fucking big for this fucking place. I wish Elon Musk would just get his shit together and just figure out Mars. He said something about sending a nuke over there. And something about it, what it does to the atmosphere, and then basically it'll, after like a nuclear winter, it'll create an atmosphere. Because it doesn't have an atmosphere, that's what it is. It doesn't have one, but this would create one. Out of all the dust, it'd pop everything up. I don't know, man. I'm not a genius. That's for sure. That's for sure. If I was a genius, I would figure out, I don't know, better ways of spending my time. I tell you that. Find a better way to make money. Be a millionaire. Did anyone win the fucking Oiler money yet? No, eh? Oh my fuck, I'm still waiting on that. That's my ticket. I was waiting on that. I was banking. I booked that day off because I didn't think I would have to come in. And then it all fucked up. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Oilers 50-50 raffle. If you don't watch hockey, you're in good company. I don't watch hockey either. But that's fine. I live in Edmonton, so I have to know something about hockey. Something. So I pretend to know. But here, hockey... Okay. I'm going to break it down. This is the year 2020. Hockey was canceled. In case you're listening to this from the year 2024, where the population is already at 8 billion, this is the year 2020, and hockey has been canceled. Why? COVID. Fucking COVID. Wrecked everything. Anyway, hockey is canceled. Was canceled. Now it's back, and they just made it playoffs. 2 cities, Edmonton, Toronto. So, absolutely, living in Edmonton, you have to know a little bit about the hockey. A little bit. I know where the arena is. I know sometimes when Edmonton is playing, and I know sometimes when they win or lose. A little bit. But I do know they had some record-setting 50-50s during these new playoffs. Millions. First one was like $1 million. Second one was like $5 million. Third one, we're not sure because it was at $15 million. And then it all went to shit. There was multiple purchases, people purchasing, and it would fail and fail and fail. But then they got charged and charged and charged. Cha-ching, cha-ching. So that pool went up. And now they're like, okay, no, we'll fucking give everybody their money back that we fucked up. Give us a heads up. And now we're just waiting. All refunds are in. I don't know what the official number is. Does it say? Let's figure it out. Oilers 50 raffle. Oh, here we go. Tickets. Edmonton Oilers, $5, blah, 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 50-50, Backstreet Boys. What? Concert. Oh, Backstreet Boys. No one gives a fuck about those. There's an unclaimed. Wow, there went unclaimed. It would have been $37,000. It went unclaimed. Still, UFC 240. Okay, well, that didn't work. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what the number is. I still think it's fucked. I'm just waiting on that. I booked a day off. I thought I'd make it. I said, this is it. I bought 200 tickets. That sounds like a lot, but it wasn't. It was like $50. You should have bought 200. Would have put the pool up more. I would have had more money when I win. I even made a bet with a gentleman at work that if I do win, I'm still coming to work. I'm still coming to work. I'm a company man. I'm going to come to work, and it's just going to be a regular day. No, I'm going to be so fucked up on mushrooms that I need my girlfriend to drive me in. That's how my day's going to start. That's the start of my day. I'm going to take a dosage of mushrooms so high that I absolutely cannot drive. Even if I was like crazy enough to attempt it, there's just no physical way. No. So I'm going to get into work, and that's the start of my day. And then we're just going to see how long I last, basically. It's kind of like a ticking time bomb. We're just like, let's see. And maybe I'll last 2 weeks. Who knows? Maybe they won't fire me. I'll just keep showing up more fucked up than the last day and see what happens. I'll still try to do my work. I'll just be super fucked up. I'll get drunk as fuck one day, fucked up on mushrooms the next. Just come in smoking a joint through the building. I think that one will finally do it. I'm like, okay, come on, guys. You can figure it the fuck out. I was drunk for the entire shift yesterday. I was falling over, and you just stood me back up and said, get back to work. Like, come on. I know you're hard up for labor, but there comes a point when it's a safety problem. Oh, I never remember to clean these up. Baptize. Pedos everywhere. Pedos. I don't even know of any kids that's ever been taken. Do you know anybody? That would be devastating. I would not wish that on anybody. I'm just saying. And even like most of the Amber Alerts are just people, it's parents taking their kids. Like I think they put out a statistic that's like over 90% of the Amber Alerts are people taking their kids, parents. So, I mean, if that's over 90%, then what the fuck? Where are all these kids going? How come we don't have a shit ton of Amber Alerts? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is the person in charge of the Amber Alerts a pedo? And he hides them? He doesn't do Amber Alerts for pedos? That'd be a real awkward Amber Alert to explain. Is if one went out and it mentioned a very large birthday party of unmonitored 12-year-olds. You'd be like, wait, what? Why did this go out? Why did this become an Amber Alert? And the guy's like, oh, no, it wasn't, it definitely wasn't sending a bunch of pedos that way. That's for definite sure. That's for definite sure. Scary part is you just don't know. You just don't know. My boy, super close, me and Theo Vaughn, no. But if you know Theo Vaughn, he's a comedian, he has a bit about fucking pedos saying, you never know. Obviously, I'll fuck it up. But basically, you never know until you're in there. Like, if you never know, if you said all your life, like, I'm not a pedo. Have you been around kids? No. Then you never know. Until you had your hands close by a child, you never know. That's fucking scary. Because there should be someone out there thinking, no, not me, man. That's like, I don't know. That's like, I guess I can't say that. It's like saying, I guess I wouldn't know if I was gay until I had a gay guy suck me off. Well, you never know. You never know. Who knows, man? So don't touch kids. Don't touch kids. You never know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You probably know. Don't touch kids. If you think you're not a pedophile, don't be a pedophile. But if you think you are and you've never touched a kid, seek help before it's too late. Once you touch a kid, it's not a whole lot going back. There's not a whole lot of forgiveness in that group right now. Unless you're of the church. Then apparently there's tons of forgiveness. You can touch all the kids. And we'll protect you. We'll figure something out. We got your back. It's a solid group of long-standing peoples. Sure, we'll call it that. So they'll protect you. It's got to be something weird there. I don't like that, but yeah. I'm surprised there's not a lot more, like, okay, because there's a lot of outrage on, like, media and stuff about pedos, the old pedos. But how come there's not, like, can't you look it up? I've never honestly looked, but can't you, isn't there a map? You can just look up and be like, there's the red dots. These are the pedos in your neighborhood. How come there's not a lot more news shows? News. There's just not a lot of news out there that says, man used map to kill pedos in his neighborhood. Like, there's way less of those stories than there should be, I feel like. Like, okay, if I'm not condoning killing, But, you know, if you're gonna kill someone, if you're a ganger or something, or you're just a little off your fucking rocker and you're thinking about killing someone, like if school shootings and shit, just do that instead. You're going to have way less of a hard time. If you're thinking you're a little fucked and you're like, I got to pull the trigger. And you think, the fucking kids at school really deserve this. No. Who really deserve it is the local pedos. Give them a shot. Literally. Like, I'm not saying I could fucking just run out and randomly do that. But if you can, well, that's your business, not mine. Now, definitely, I would never encourage any killing. I'm just saying, if you were gonna, redirect your, your anger. But make it purposeful. Doesn't have to be a school. And then his kids gotta grow. Unless there's pedos at your school that you know. Maybe some kids, I guess they're all kids. You can't be pedos with kids. Can kids be pedos? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can have a 16-year-old touching a 2-year-old. It's all fucked up, though. They're all fucked up. I think, yeah, I don't know, man. The age, it's all fucked. It's all fucked. Some states, age of consent's like 15. And it's a little low for my likes. I don't know. But I was a low sexer, too. It's fucky. It's scary. Fucking pedos. And they got TED Talks. People trying to make it normal. What? No, it's not normal. South Park made fun of this many moons ago. Wasn't normal then. It's still not normal. What are you going to try again in 10? Try again in 10. Well, we try again in 10. Because I don't think these guys are going to let up. I don't know. I'm not for it. That's where I stand. In 5 years, they're going to come back and be like, you see this piece of shit? Look at Brian Bridges. This bag milk. Brian Bridges. He was against pedophilia. Let's get this guy off the internet. If I'm still doing bag milk in 5 years, they'll try to get me off the internet because today, in 2012, I stood against pedophilia. But in 5 years from now, it could be normal. And they'd be like, look at this fucking, what do they call it? Pedophobic. He's pedophobic. This pedophobic asshole talking about his hate speech against pedophiles. Well, I'll tell you, if that's the fucking world in 5 years, cancel me anyway. I'm fucking done with it. I'm like, I've had enough. You guys have pushed this way too far. Now you're just fucking kids openly. This is fucked up. But that's what they're trying to do. There's some groups trying to make it normal. That's fucked. I can't have it. Not in my world. Go to Mars. You can do it there. It is a modern day ideal, honestly, that you can't fuck kids. There's certain countries that still fuck kids. Normally. There's certain areas of the world where they know, like, the indigenous, not like indigenous as in Native American or whatever, but local to that area, that jungle. There's a group, I know of one, the Seaman Warriors of Papua New Guinea. Yeah. And they just fuck the boys. Just the boys, though, because they got standards. Yeah. So what they do is they believe in their culture, and it's been handed down for many moons, many generations, that the boys must be filled. It's the semen that makes them big and strong, different from the women. It's the semen. So it must be taken anally and orally. And of course, it's got to come fresh. You can't just pump it off and then feed it to them with a spoon. No, you got to take it right from the tap. So it's got to be inside you. What do you do with that? Apparently, nothing. Because it still goes on. It exists. Okay, you know what? Fine. If that's their business and all that fucking thing believes in it fully and that's what they want to do, fine. Fine. Whatever. But not over here. Not in the open world. As soon as you join society, you have to belong to your rules. If they want to, I don't know, man, eat, if on your 30th birthday they eat the father, whatever. Whatever. That's in a very closed system. And if some pedo wants to go join that system, I guess, whatever. But I mean, fuck, no. It's all fucked. It's all fucked. Can't handle it. Can't handle it no more. Can't handle it. Let's talk about something else. Fucking pedos are fucking, Jesus, draining me out. Anything else? I've been reading books. I read books. I don't read them with my eyes. I read them with my ears. Is there a difference? It's a big fucking debate. And I say yes. I say yes, there's a difference. And the listening is better. That's what I say. Sue me. No, it's up to you. Some people learn better with their eyes. Some people learn better with your ears. It's definitely sometime you have to train it. You might have to take it's like 15 minutes to get into it. But if you focus in, I feel like listening to someone tell the story the way they meant it to be told is the best way. You can feel it from them. That's my favorite way. I get it. Some of you like to you read it and you can imagine it. And if it's a fiction book, sure. It's fun. And I still like listening because I hear them tell me it. It's their world. Why the fuck would I want to imagine it wrong? I want them to tell me. That's why I don't even read a whole lot of fictions. Star Wars books are the shit, though. Because if you're listening, man, there's so many different voices. They got all the music, the sound effects. It's the shit. All of them are the shit. But I don't read too many. Mostly nonfiction, history, motivational, food, nutritional, I guess. Nutritional, brains. I like the brains a lot. That's why I like that last book. Well, it wasn't the last one. I talked about it, I guess. Genius Foods. And then if you don't remember, Genius Foods was a book I read. It was basically a doctor. And I don't think he was a doctor. He was going to be a doctor. He had drop out, blah, blah, blah. But he had doctor contacts, then did a bunch of research. And his mom's got Alzheimer's early, so he wanted to figure it all out and tied it all into the foods and the brain and basically talked directly about food health for the brain. So good food for the brain. Loved it. Loved it. Excellent. Fucking fantastic book. And what you find out through that book is how healthy fats are for you and how bad, super bad sugars are. And especially sugars in the form of refined sugars and grains and how the body will spike insulin. It's not so much, it's what happens inside the body when certain foods enter. It's like sometimes you just think, oh, eating a piece of fruit. You're like, it's fine. It's good. It's healthy. Everyone thinks fruit, it's healthy. You can eat as much fruit as you want. No, that's not true. So certain fruits, certain things happen. Certain foods, everything. Certain things happen inside the body. And this talked exactly about what exactly you want to happen in the body. And so you know to avoid other foods that don't have that. You just want the good things. Yeah. You just want the good things to happen. And then you expand upon that, exactly how it affects the brain. Your fats. It's all fats. Fats is the key. Healthy fats. Your brain's made of fat. It's been covered up. Like still to this day, people are scared of fat. It was, and this is why. The next book I read called The Big Fat Surprise was purposely how the fat industry fucked it up medically for 60 years. And still to this day, there's products out there promoting low fat or low cholesterol. Okay? So I'm going to get into this fucking book. This book was a fucking amazing. This book opened my eyes of how fucked up the medical system is and how fucked up just how the world can be. Listen to this, okay? This book proved, where can I start? Okay. I described this book to several different people, and it reminded me of The Office. Okay? Now, if you've never watched The Office, I feel sorry for you. It's one of the greatest comedies of all time. Easily rewatchable 100 times. But The Office is about a paper company and a manager. The manager, Michael Scott, done by Steve Carell. Michael Scott is a bumbling fucking idiot. But he's a lovable, bumbling fucking idiot. But he just embarrasses himself over and over and over again. And many times to this show, you would have to cover your face because you would feel so bad for him. You're like, what the fuck are you doing now, Michael? And this is this book. Because it went through the history of the fat medicine. and it described everything. And me, I know fat's good. I already know. And so to hear how bad they fucked it up all through the history, and how they even were proving that it was good for you, but not taking those results because it just didn't fit what they've already established, blew my mind. So they literally, one guy said, it went like this. One guy made some good research, decent, like quickly, and said, okay, people with, you see fat, animal fat. Well, if you melt it and then it gets cold again, it hardens and it clogs your pipes. So obviously that clogs your arteries. Makes sense, right? So that's part of the fucking start. And then the research kind of flowed from there, and it blew up, and this guy became famous, and then whole companies revolved around this principle. American Heart Association, American Diabetes Association, ADA, AHA, a bunch of them. They all took this in the concept, and fucking immediately animal fats were blacklisted. Healthy palm oils were blacklisted. Like, everything was bad. And that's why the rise of these shitty oils came about. Vegetable oil, shit. It never existed before. But they had to make something new that could be as good as fat, but wasn't fat. So they made vegetable oil, which has no vegetables. It's made from seeds. It's weird. But that shit, when it breaks down, cancer. I can't tell you how much medical shit I had to read to tell you all this. I'm not going to break it down like that. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to tell you straight up. Fucking, that shit's cancer. If you had cancer, it's probably from fucking the shitty foods. Like, or hereditary. Straight up. But I know right now, if I got cancer right now, step one, fast. I would stop eating. And then I'd stop having cancer, I bet. And you may be like, what do you mean fast? Like a couple days? No, I just stop eating until the cancer went away. If it took 30 days, I'd stop eating for 30 days. I'd just drink my salt water and I'd stop eating. And I bet the cancer would go away. I don't know. But that's what I would do. After everything I've read, it's all food related. And they literally, this is another thing. They literally did trials, okay? They had 2 trials. Many years they did these studies. And everyone, all these countries all over the world, but mostly America. And Americans lead the way. So their studies stay. Even though they did other studies in other countries, and they kind of were like, we're kind of leaning the other way against animal fats. But Americans were like, nope, fats are bad. That's why the rise of cereal happened. The grains, the heart-healthy cereals that you still see to today, it's shit. There's no such thing as a heart-healthy cereal. There's no such thing. Shit. If it's made of grain, it's not heart-healthy. I'm telling you that straight up. Okay? Don't eat grain if you can avoid it. But they proved it. Proved that pretty much grains, all these vegetable oils, they were given margarines, they were given large amounts, all these manufactured crap. They did plenty of studies across the world, and almost all the time, the stuff they thought they were given that was good, those guys were getting heart attacks and heart disease and cancer all the time. Way higher amounts. But the animal fats groups, they couldn't fathom why they weren't. They were staying healthy. Like not really, because the study's not perfect, right? And people that eat animal fats, they were just allowing them to eat animal fats, but that didn't mean everything else in their diet was healthy. They didn't control that portion. So that's why the numbers were so close. These people were like still eating vegetables, fruits, but vegetable oils and stuff, so they got higher in cancer and stuff, but it still was kind of high on the other side because they were still just eating a shitty diet but with animal meat. But if you eat animal meat properly with vegetables and very little fruit, that's the perfect diet. Like, I'm telling you, I've listened to enough material. I've read it. Not just these 2 books. Come on now. You think I'm just going to tell 2 books and I'm like, I know it all? I've been doing this shit for 20 years, man. That's what I said. I'm not Mike Tyson. That's what I say, okay? I'm doing this here 20 years, okay? Time for you to listen, y'all. That's a good, okay? But seriously, it's fucked. This span of 60 years, the only reason why it didn't get out to public, the governments killed and gave so many people cancer and heart disease and heart attacks. Thousands and hundreds of thousands. Untolds. Because of ego. That's why. It's ego. No one wanted to admit they were wrong. So they didn't have to prove. It was like being the champ of WWE or anything. You're the champ. You don't have to prove you're the champ. You are the champ. So you have to just disprove someone else that they're not worthy of being the champ. They would attack the person versus the research, anything, as long as it just debunked their shit and kept it away from them. Like, there was good information out there, but as a whole, no one wanted to admit it because it would change everything. Cereal companies would be brought down. You got to remember, these were early stages of money-making fucking startups. So everywhere, globally, everything relied on fat being bad. If fat wasn't bad, it's like now with fucking the economy would collapse. Everything was rising up on these companies. It was all multi-million companies. And then it was engrossed. You imagine now, there'd be no way you could stop those companies. It's like, I think, okay, what was it? I forget. I think it was trans fats. When they took trans fats out, it was a big fucking deal because it was used in everything. Like 90% of all crackers, 90% of all cereals, and it broke down all these percent. Almost everything was fucking full of it. And it would change the flavor. And it's so fucked up with processed foods. In order to get that flavor to stay the same, you remove one flavor, but you had to add like 5 to 10 other fucking processed things in there to keep that flavor the same. It's a mutant of a food. Like, stop eating processed shit. If you can't grow it, if you can't, kill it, don't eat it. Simple as that. But it just goes to show how much control. This book blew my mind. It just showed how much control government and a few agencies can have over the entire world. They held the entire world in fear of fat and probably crippled a nation. Like those people born from 50s till, holy fuck, they didn't even make trans fats illegal until like 2006, I think it was, or something. Like, come on. It's almost 50 some years. That generation was loving it. Like, I remember my grandmother wouldn't feed. I loved eggs. Loved them. Wanted them every fucking breakfast. My grandmother wouldn't give them to me because she said, no, they're not good for you. They're not good for you. Now I recommend my kids eat like 2 eggs every fucking morning. Like, that's a start. It's so good for you. Fats are good. Your brain is made from fat. It needs it. As soon as grain got involved, brains got smaller. Grains got involved, brains got smaller. Do you hear that? It rhymes, but it's hard. When grain got involved, human brains got smaller, way smaller, and they continue to get smaller. Depriving yourself of fat. Almost all our processes is fat not like glucose, yes, but the small amount of glucose our body needs, there is some processes that I've learned run strictly on glucose with sugar. But that small amount, your body will make it. It'll make its own sugar. If you don't give it any, guess what? The body says, that's fine. We'll make some. We don't need it. We don't need it. If your body will make it, it doesn't need it. But your body don't make fat. It needs it. It needs it to live. But for 60 years, they hid that. Out of ego. That's like this new fucking what's her face? President, co-president, vice president, runner-up of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Apparently, she's got ego. Recently, I found out, listened to a podcast. There's Joe Rogan. They had a bunch of guys on there. Joe was crying the whole time. It was really good. 2 guys from the Innocent Project. And apparently, Kamala, I think, she testified at something and sent this guy to prison. And apparently, super innocent. DNA and stuff. And she came back and was like, nope. Can't use his DNA. And he's like, what do you mean? And kept this guy in prison just over ego. Wouldn't let this DNA be used and everything, even though it proves him to be innocent. It proves him. But it's just ego. Keeps you coming back. Like, no, I fucking did this case. I don't care what cost. He stays. And that's just ego, and that can't play. And that's what the whole world of ego did to fat. A whole world. You should have seen it. You should have read this book to see how connected a whole world is. Someone says, oh, it couldn't be done. But it can. And they did it over fat. So what else are they fucking not saying over ego? Right? Like if they know cancer rose directly and like directly related to them promoting low fat diets. Cancer cases rose. So all those deaths are on them. Everyone. All this low fat cheese. Okay, this is why it kills you. It's not just the fact that you're eating low fat. It's because, okay, they thought it was like your numbers of your cholesterol, LDLs, HDLs, and low density lipoprotein, high density lipoproteins. They thought it had to do with these numbers. And it does. But they fucked with them for decades, and it doesn't have as much to do with what they thought they did back in the 50s. They really focused on them, but it doesn't. And when you decrease the LDL, they thought that LDL was really bad, so they're like, oh, we just decrease it. But if you decrease it too much, that's when you get cancer. That's when you get cancer. So there's like a number. It's not just decrease it. There's not. So don't do that. Don't eat low fat. You're going to get cancer. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're young, stop. You're going to get cancer eventually. Could be 50 years. You're going to get it though. Because you're going to eat that way for your life. You think low fat's bad? It's not. I'll tell you. This is what they recommend. If you can figure this out, figure it out. Let me see. Okay. I'll finish with this. I didn't realize how long we were going. Finish with this. Figure this out. If you want to eat good, okay? It seems like a lot. It's because you're changing your whole perspective. It's fucked. It blows my mind. Because I was always for the higher carb count. Because even doing muscle building, they always said higher carbs. So I said, okay, it's higher carbs. That's how you just live. But that's not how to be healthy, per se. So this is a healthy. You could still build muscle because when you eat like this, you don't need as much protein to build muscle. You don't need as much to come in. So that's a thing. So 70% fats. No, wait. I have no idea. Hold on. Hold on. 70. No, that can't work. Okay, here. I'll tell you. Hold on. I'll tell you. Here we go. 70%, yes, fat of your calories. Now, what do you eat in calories? Okay, that's fine. That's easy. That's super fucking easy. Not low. Why not low? Why I want to lose weight. Why not low? If you go too low, it's too hard. The body will get used to it. And then say if you went at 1,000. You're a retard and you go at 1,000. And you're losing weight. Oh, fuck. Yeah, fucking right you will. But as soon as you go back up to 1,200, gaining weight. Because the body got used to 1,000. So that sucks. So if you stayed at 1,000 and then you stopped, or you jacked it up, it sucks. So just stay high, like 2,000 at least, 2,500 if you're a guy maybe, and fucking just stay there. And then you can have a little lower day, and you can have a little higher day. But 70% of that, fat, good fats. Try to think ground meat, eggs, nuts, avocado, Oh, I became a big fan of cheeses. Cheese. All different types of cheese. I keep tons in the fridge now. I cut off like 30 grams or so. Get a food scale. Sucks, but you want to live fucking good? You want to fucking get fit? It's not that hard. Food scale. You weigh out 30 grams. You're like, oh, it says right in the package. Oh, that's 100 calories. Okay, cool. Okay, you're eating 2,000. There's 100. Okay, that's it. 1,900. When you eat 2,000, stop fucking eating. You know what I mean? That's it. If you eat 3,000 and you gain weight, are you surprised? No. You keep doing that, it's just going to go up. So eat 2, it's not going to go up. It's going to go down. Especially if you're active. And then 70% fat, 25% protein, animal protein. Fuck again, ground beef, ground chick, full chick. But full chick sucks because there's not a whole lot of fat. So fish, if you're big on fish. Any fish in the world. Good fish, fattier fish is the better. Pink fish, I hate fucking pink fucking fish, but it's good for you. I don't know about shellfish. I don't know because I don't really look into fish. I don't like it. But pink fish is wicked. White fish is apparently not great, but still good. Really good. And then 5% carbs. That's like literally for me, it's just, it doesn't even really leave room for fruit. Know what I mean? Because if you eat enough vegetables and you get your carbs from vegetables, it's like 20 grams of carbs a day. And most of you, that's like a slice of fucking bread. And that freaks you out. Because you can't live without fucking bread. I get it. I still eat fucking bread. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. Because I know how bad that shit is, man. It's like getting off the Sour Patch candies. I'm off the Sour Patch. Now I'm trying to get off the fucking grain. It's a bad one. It's a tasty one. It's a tasty product. I get it. But it's a no. There's no such thing as a healthy cereal. Oatmeal's shit. You want eggs. You want some bacon. You want that bacon fat. It's all good. But like anything, you can't pig out on it. You couldn't have 6,000 fucking calories of bacon and think you're fine because all you ate was bacon all day. It's still about the calories. So, add them up. Bacon does add up to a lot of calories. So, you might only be able to eat 1 or 2 strips. I don't understand plates full of fucking bacon. That's a lot of calories. Plus a bunch of other shit. You're guaranteed it's over. Count your calories. Simple as that. All right, I had enough of you guys. Have a safe week. Love you. Peace out.